habang hinaharap ay sinusuyo. Sumpah mo'y dawagin kung simula.
As a emotionally good. Dinagat, Dinagat.
Sa silangan, di na makita mga kasalanan. Sumpa ko'y dati ulit simula.
Binibining 6 is Anna Rose Technical.
Congratulations to candidate number 13, Ms. Joy Barton.
Thank you very much. You know what, before you call me candidate number 13, let's just ask the candidates first, willing ba kayo na makalaban ako tonight?
I think, ano sila?
So because I heard that the prize for this year's competition, malaki ang prize na binibining Dinagat Islands. Now do anything in my power. Malay mo naman, pwede ako for binibining 13.
Yes. Speaking of malaki ang prize, malaki din. There's a lot at stake here, ladies and gentlemen. And we are, for this segment, actually, we are truly thankful for a Butuanan designer, distinguished Butuanan designer, Mr. Clevin Bartolaba, for getting us these impeccable masterpieces and for turning this into a living masterpiece and for elevating Dinagat Islands with his masterful creations. Palapanan po natin ang ating designer and our 12 ladies in their evening gowns.
Yes, again, I would like to extend our gratitude to Mr. Clevin Bartolaba, who is also the designer of my 3 beautiful gowns for this evening.
Which proves that candidate number 13 you are the silver lining.
Yes, I'm wearing a silver gown just in time for Miss Earth competition, the silver lining edition. So, yes, this is a slide for everybody. Again, congratulations to everybody, to all the ladies that we have here on stage. And thank you very much to Clevin Bartolaba for sharing your talent with our babies.
And all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have another very exciting segment.
That is
Because beyond beauty, charm, and elegance lies at the very heart of this pageant. Now, each of our 12 Binibinings champions a cause and advocacy that reflects her values, her vision, and her commitment to creating change that matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight let us open our hearts and listen to their voices that hopes for change, voices that empowers purpose, and voices that will change the future.
Yes, one by one, our ladies will share to us their advocacies that inspire, empower, and remind us that true beauty is best defined by service and impact. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the advocacy presentation of Binibining Dinagat Islands 2025, and we start with Binibining 1.
This advocacy is not just a vision. It is a reflection of my own story and my unwavering desire to serve others. Through care beyond barriers, I commit to bringing healthcare through medical missions closer to our underserved communities here in Dinagat. This is not just a goal, but a responsibility. Compassion and action, a call to serve para sa pag-abot sa wala na hapta. Tungod kaya ang panglawas pinuluho, kundi katungod nga ang nagpaangkol sa tanang dinagatan. Kay ikaw, ako, kitang tanan, remedy.
Up next we have Binibining 2.
Dinagat Islands is the land of beauty, yet many dreams here remain unfinished because of silent problems within. I know this pain. I was diagnosed with PTSD, or known as psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, which made me forced to pause my studies and urge with the judgments from the stories that were never true. Today, exactly this day, is my anniversary since my diagnosis. My advocacy, Voices of Hope, breaks the stigma on mental health so that no one can ever struggle in silence again. Because I believe when we heal the mind, we strengthen our heart, and when we rise together, no one can ever define us. Ikaw, ako, kitang tanan, remedy!
Now let's hear from Binibining 3.
Growing up in the Dinagat Island, I experienced how music, arts, and traditions connect people and bring us together. That is why I chose this advocacy, sustainable agricultural tourism through arts and community empowerment, because I cherish those stories. But together, we can protect our seas, our forests, and our culture while celebrating them through arts. This is not just heritage. It is our way of life. And tonight, I call on you to celebrate with us, to protect what we love and what we have, and to keep the spirit of Dinagat alive for generations. Kaya ikaw, ako, kitang tanan, remedy.
Up next we have Binibining 4. Behind every strong woman is a girl who has been battling battles. I believe strong women need support too, because we are not just a women here. We are the women of the future, strong alone, unstoppable together. Kaya ikaw, ako, kitang tanan, remedy.
polycystic ovary syndrome or PCOS, I am passionate about raising awareness and encourage women to take control of their health through holistic lifestyle choices. I advocate for running as more than just an exercise. Through this, I aim to inspire everyone, especially women, to embrace movement as a path to strength, balance, and a more empowered life. Kaya ko, ikaw, kitang tanan, rin.
Let's have Binibining 6.
As the sun rises and the rooster crows, I remember waking up to see my father already working hard in the fields. He was a farmer, and though farming was never easy, he sacrificed food on our table and beyond the soil. He gave us the chance to dream for a better future, and I will never forget those words he once told me. Words that remain engraved in my heart. An, manikamot kung para maaman mo tanan ng eskwela. Those words remind me that farming is not just about growing crops. It's about growing hope and love for our family and for our community. If we only see the silent sacrifices of our farmers that is often endeared and undervalued, we will realize that supporting them is more than survival. Let us open our hearts and eyes to them. Let us hear their stories, and together, let us plant seeds of hope by empowering the hands that feed us. Our Dinagat farmers, kay ikaw, ako, kitang tanan, ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Binibining 7.
Ang babaeng bukid, di lang ay bukid. Mao kini ang simbolo sa atong kasay. Ang atong kabilin o ang nagsustina sa atong komunidad. I grew up admiring the beauty of babaeng bukid, which is why it's disheartening to hear the planned mining in the heart of our province. While we recognize the economic contribution of responsible mining, we must also put greater value in preserving our natural heritage. Let's say, babaeng bukid, say, Dinagat Islands, kay ikaw, ako, kitang tanan, ready.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Binibining 8.
As a fisherman's daughter, I carry with me the values and respect for the sea. My advocacy is to promote safe and fair fishing practices that honor our fisherfolk and protect our marine resources. I believe that by ensuring sustainable methods, we safeguard foods, livelihoods, and the oceans that give us life. Para sa ako, ang pagprotekta sa atong katubigan, di lang isa ka advokasya, usang kini kasaad para sa sumusunod na henerasyon. Kay ikaw, ako, kitang tanan, ready.
Next, we have the Advocacy of Binibining 9.
As a child of a single parent, I've seen true skin live every day. As I was growing up, I watched my mother wear a brave face for the world while quietly hustle, resources, and recognition. Ultimately, let us remind ourselves that single parents are not just surviving, they are shaping lives. They are shaping and building the futures of us young generation. That is why let us tell them that they are not alone, and they deserve a future as hopeful and brighter than the ones they dream for their children. Kaya ikaw, ug ako, kitang tanan remedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have candidate Binibining.
The mystical island province of Dinagat Islands is rich in natural resources, agriculture, fisheries, and other forms of livelihood. But why some people need to leave their families just to work hard to earn more? Why does our fishermen, farmers, and other local laborers have to bargain in exchange of their hard works? Why is there injustice on the way we pay for their services? That is why I stand with a call empowering workers for fair wages. This is not just a slogan, it is a movement to encourage, educate, and mobilize, to uplift them, to know their worth, not just as workers, but as human beings deserving of respect and dignity. Magkiusapan, magbukusan, kay ikaw, ako, kitang tanan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Advocacy. Binibining.
From the crystal roads of the Dinagat Islands to the heart of our children, I stand here tonight as a social worker who believes that every Dinagaton child deserves love, safety, and opportunity. And tonight, I carry their voices with me. And that is why I made it a mission to protect every Dinagaton children in our communities. Barok Dinagat, atong protektahan ang batang Dinagaton. Kay ikaw, ako, kitang tanan.
Thank you very much. And now to complete our roster, Binibining as well.
I've witnessed firsthand how clueless a child can be when it comes to what really matters in life because of the lack of support that should be given to them when it comes to education. As a future educator, I advocate for inclusive education, where there will be no children left behind, where we can utilize everything and even everyone for them to be educated and fueled enough to push through, so that in the process of growing, they will now take the initiative of taking care of our community, preserve our history, culture, heritage, past traditions from generation to generation, because it is what makes our island powerful and unique. It is our identity. If they don't understand what surrounds them, they won't know how to protect it. So Dinagat, together, we must show them. We must believe in them. Kay ikaw, ako, kitang tanan, remedy.
Thank you very much, Janine. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the advocacy presentation of all our Binibining for Binibining Dinagat Islands 2025. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for that wonderful presentation and for opening your hearts and minds to the advocacy that truly moved and inspired us all. You know what outside of each story is a reminder that beauty is not just seen, it is felt and it is lived. Kaya ikaw, ako,
actually joined us, it is felt, and we have actually felt it from the audience right now. So I want to thank the audience as well. I want to thank each and every one of the Dinagat for sharing in the advocacies and what our ladies have been fighting for. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. I know naramdaman niyo po ang lahat ng mga pinaglalaban ng ating mga kandidata. Kaya palakpakan po natin yung ating mga sarili. Maraming salamat po again sa mga Dinagatan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Advocacy's The Touch Lives, we shift to another exciting part of the evening. And this is the Minor Awards.
Yes, that is right. After that nerve-wracking round of sharing your advocacies to all the Dinagat and to all our Facebook Live viewers, now it's time to reward our Binibining. So it's the Minor Awards. And this time we have Best Introduction.
Best Introduction will receive a sash to be awarded by Board Member Bono Lee.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed our production number during the opening of tonight's coronation. You have seen the gracefulness of our candidates. You have seen their talents when it comes to dancing. And you have seen their passion when it comes to showcasing the beauty and the culture of the Dinagat Islands. Now the question is, isa ang magdaon ng Best in Production? Kinsa Municipality? Kinsa Binibining? Best in Production is Binibining! Binibining 8! Congratulations to our Best in Production.
And up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have our next minor award, and this is for Best in Play Suit.
Best in Place will receive a sash and will be awarded by Board Member Ilo.
And for
The
those
Awards.
ladies and gentlemen, we also have, or we would like to thank, or we would like to express our deepest gratitude to Mr. Julius Begalo for his wonderful swimwear that were featured by our ladies tonight, making them all look really well in their place in attire. But again, only one shined throughout the competition, and she is Best in Places goes to Binibining 6.
Congratulations to our Binibining Best in Place with Binibining 6! Great smiles from our Binibining. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will be awarding the last minor award. You are seeing our girls, our Binibinings on stage wearing a Fleming Bartolomé creation. And you were able also to witness their performances during the evening gown competition, where they graced the stage with so much sophistication, elegance, and class. Now, sino sa tingin nyo ang best in evening gown?
Best in Evening Gown will receive a sash and will be awarded by Board Member Milo Marco de Mary.
Best in evening gown is Binibining! And the one sino ang best in evening gown? Binibining 8!
Palakpakan po natin ulit ang ating mga winners for the minor awards. for best in play suit, best in evening gown, and best in production number. And also, let's give all-out encouragement to all 12 of our ladies tonight. They are definitely going to be needing it to get through the rest of the competition. Now, we promise you, it's going to be more exciting than ever.
That is true. I must love to agree with that. But you know what? Let's first pause and take a reflection on the remarkable journey of our 12 candidates from their very first steps in the competition. The challenges they were able to overcome and the trainings and preparations that they dedicated themselves to. And of course, the incredible transformations they achieved along the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, witness the heart, dedication, and growth of our radiant Binibinis. Presenting the inspiring journey of our 12 Binibinis, the road to Binibining Dinagat Islands 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, please watch this.
Festival Bungkusan, which means helping each other. Nagbungkus mo, nagtinabangan, nag-iusap mo for a common cause.
But to bring back the life of the islanders, mabuhay. As much as possible. It gives drama because I believe the power of editing and at the same time, lighting, the change na siya, kita niya example bilang sa namin po transform. Because maayo ka register sa ideal photoshoot. Well, congratulations. So, mas nice na natay katuwang sa kumpanya sa mga advocacy. You believe first yourself, but you let somebody also believe your cause. So something like this. But when you pull it out, you offer your power. So the moment when you insert, the moment when you integrate that frame, make sure that you have a story inside you. Binibining Dinagat Islands.
Binibining Dinagat Islands. This is our pageant story.
crown, beyond every sparkle, lies the true heartbeat of Dinagat Islands. The story of our farmers, our fisherfolk, our laborers, the dedicated men and women of government and private sectors, and the extraordinary women whose courage, resilience, and passion uplift our communities with pride, purpose, and hope. To lead the empowered women on stage, we have the Vice Governor, Janine. This is their story. This is their tribute. This is the spirit that Binibining Dinagat Islands 2025 celebrates. Sa Dinagat, nagkalaog kahayag sa kalambuan, naghatag pusog sa kanilaw, nagpalikod sa panaghiusa sa matang katawan. Sila ang dinugan sa dinuot na gawin, dinugan sa inspirasyon, maugini ang kahulugan sa Binibining Dinagat Islands 2025.
Let's give another round of applause, please, to all of our Dinagat women. Isang palakpakan po para sa lahat ng mga kababaihan ng Dinagat. Maraming salamat po, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are not only celebrating our 12 beautiful candidates, we are not only celebrating grace, strength, intelligence, we are also celebrating the diverse power and strength of the women of Dinagat.
That's true, and I like that they highlighted the power of women. That if you give women the right spaces to thrive, they will actually go on with their purposes, shining light onto others and making a huge difference in the community. So thank you very much for giving our women of the Dinagat Islands that chance to prove to everybody why women deserve equal opportunities as other genders.
So to all of you who nurture, who care, who protect everyone else in Dinagat, to all of the mothers, sisters, friends, family, relatives, maraming salamat po sa kabaihan sa Dinagat.
Yes, abante babae. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the point of the competition wherein we do not only celebrate womanhood and femininity, we also celebrate beauty that comes with strength and purpose. And tonight, Alta, we will get to know our
excited for this part. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as Joey has mentioned, this is the announcement of the top 5 finalists for tonight. Now, please remember, once we announce our top 5 finalists, this is going to be absolutely pivotal for our candidates because once they are in the magic circle of 5, they will have a title. So no matter what happens after that, they will go home to their respective families with a title that they can carry forever.
Wearing their sashes and pride at the same time. And of course, the goal is to win the most coveted crown of the evening. That is to be crowned as Binibining Dinagat Islands 2025. And so, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your top 5 finalists.
I'm going to the Dinagat Islands for your top 5! Let's start with
our first finalist who made it to the cut is Binibining. Congratulations, Binibining 8.
taking the second spot is Binibining 9.
Congratulations. We have some crowd supporters over there. Congratulations to our second finalist. Now let's move on to meeting our third finalist. Ladies and gentlemen, making it to your top 5 is Binibining. Dinagat boys, have a number, Binibining. Binibining 5.
This time, ladies and gentlemen, please move forward and move closer to the crowd. Binibining! Let's hear those numbers, Binibining! 1!
Dinagat boys, we have already named 4 out of 5 finalists. Now, we still have 8 ladies waiting for their respective numbers to be called, but only 1 spot remains.
But before we do, Joy, can we all give your biggest round of applause, please, to all of our candidates? Isa pong malaking karangalan para sa kanila na tumayo dito para magrepresenta sa Dinagat Islands.
That is true. And so, Dinagat boys, are you ready to meet your fifth finalist? Ladies and gentlemen, making it to your top 5 and claiming the final spot. One more chance for that one crown. Completing your top 5 is Binibining. Dinagat boys, Binibining. Congratulations, Binibining 6.
But their journey is not over yet, Joy, because they have yet to overcome one final hurdle that stands between them and the crowd, and that is, of course, the final question and answer.
Yes, we're now on to my favorite round. I cannot wait to hear the perspective of the
Ladies and gentlemen, bago umalis ang ating mga finalists, palakpakan po natin ulit. Bilang pasasalamat and congratulations to their win. I consider that a win, actually,
It's
getting into
already
the
a
top
win.
five.
It's hard. With the diverse set of women that we have here on stage, all equally beautiful and talented, we have come up with our best five of Eden. That is a win. You're right.
You know what, actually, Joy? It doesn't matter who wins tonight because ang tunay na panalo, ang tunay na win is for the people of Dinagat Islands. Dinagat Islands, you have to be very proud of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Palakpakan ninyo ang sarili ninyo. And all of this is through the efforts of our provincial governor, Honorable Nilo Pinay Jr. Maraming salamat po. Palakpakan po natin si Doc.
Thank you very much. And of course, congratulations to this beautiful lady that we have here on stage. Where are the fans, supporters, families, and friends of Binibining? May I hear the energy of the fans of Binibining? They're over there. All right, Binibining, while your co-candidates are settling in because we have our isolated vehicle over there wherein our candidates won't be able to hear the final question, what would you like to say? What is your message to your friends, families, and supporters who went all the way just to be able to watch you this evening?
Ngayong gabi sa tanlaan sa mga kasalisahan. At kayo salamat sa inyong mga effort at suporta. O buhat na po ang tanan para ma-represent ang munisipyo sa Basilisa.
Wow.
Nasaan yung mga taga-munisipyo ng Basilisa? Ano tawag sa mga taga-Basilisa? Ano tawag sa mga taga-Basilisa? Basilinense? Basilisanos?
Sihan.
Grabe. Ang hirap naman. Ano?
Yun ang final question mo.
Basilisihanons.
Isahan.
Tama.
Basilisahanos.
Mga taga-Basilisa na lang. Yun.
Basilisahanos.
Anyway, thank you so much. From all the way from Basilicado, Kalayo, ang Basilisa. How long does it take for them to travel from Basilisa to here?
I think it 1 hour now.
1 hour. Magkano yan? Magkano yung nakamasahe from Basilisa? Bakit parang may mga umaangal?
Parang ayaw nila. Ilang oras po ba? Ilang minutes
More
po
than
ba?
that? 5 hours?
Minutes na. Ilang minutes to? 15. 1, 5, or 5, 0?
Whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours.
Nagpaka-traffic kasi kanina. Kaya 1 hour, kayo naman.
Basta, no matter how long it takes you to get here, as long as you are here, we thank you so much for making the effort and supporting Binibining 8. So, I think we are ready for your final question. Our candidates are now in the isolation vehicle. They cannot hear the final question, and our candidates have all the time to give us their answer.
That is true. But before everything else, of course, I'd like to ask everybody to please calm down. 15 minutes po yan. Regardless, wala pong timer ang Q&A natin for tonight. At kung yung iba po inabot ng isang oras pagdating dito, thank you for your effort and for supporting your candidate here on stage. Now, are you ready for your question? I think so. You think so? Alright, Dinagat Notes, are you ready for the final question? Yes. Alright, we'd like to ask everybody to please calm down. Please don't make any unnecessary noise while our candidates are answering you on stage, just for us to be able to give them the time to think and to share their thoughts, and so also our judges can hear them clearly. Alright, you ready? I'll be reading your question twice. Candidate number 8. If ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bungkusan spirit alive? Again, if ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bungkusan spirit alive?
in Dinagat Islands. Bukusan symbolize as unity and solidarity among people. It reminds us that no matter how diverse we are, our strength lies in standing together with standing together. And I believe that as a Dinagat, encouraging Bukusan allows us to uplift our community and create a better future where no one is left behind. Daghang salamat.
Thank you very much for that answer, Binibining. Great starter for our final Q&A. Now, Elsa, I'll be leaving you the biggest task of the evening. And of course, I'd like to commend Binibining for that. Miss Earth, sorry.
Alam mo, actually, nagkakalat ka sa stage.
Inikip ko naman.
No, actually, you know why I have to mention that? Kasi, let me just tell you a story. Very quick story lang. Something that I experienced last night. We were here at the market and we were getting shakes and all. Tapos, may mga bata ako nakita. Nag-aaway sila.
Yes.
Nagtutulakan sila. Alam mo kung bakit?
Why?
Kasi nag-argue sila kung saan itatapon yung lagayan ng shake nila. Kung sa recyclables or kung sa biodegradable ba. Diba? And that shows the bata pa lang, alam na ng mga Dinagat ng children kung ano yung tama. And that you have already instilled good values in your children. And speaking of good values in children, we have one child of Dinagat right here. We have another finalist, Binibining 9, representing
Municipality of Tubagon.
Gusto ko yung pagkakasabi niya kanina ng anak, yung sa opening, sa self-introduction, paano mo yung paano yung introduction mo?
Introduction. Don't need a Santina, Binibining 9, Municipality of Tubagon!
Hindi ganyan yung kanina. Siguro kasi nag-iba yung mic stand.
Yes, and grabe naman, we have to give it to her, the energy, even after waiting for her turn to answer the final question, it's still commendable. So, anong feeling while you were waiting inside the vehicle? What did you feel while you were inside the vehicle? Did you feel nervous? Did you feel calm? Were you happy you're part of the top 5?
All I felt was just gratefulness. You know, before I joined this competition, there is always a rule that I apply to myself, which is to always ask for God's guidance. And I asked him, Gaina, that whatever the result is, I would always be grateful to stand here in front of everyone and use my voice for a greater purpose.
Gratefulness is one of the values that a true queen needs to
That is true, because gratefulness comes with humility. Nasa po dito yung mga munisipyo ni candidate number 9. Are you guys proud of your candidates? Very, very proud. Now, it's time for you to make them even prouder. Good luck to you, candidate number 9.
You ready for your final question? I'll be reading it twice and you have no time limit. Here it goes. If ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bukusan spirit alive? Once again, if ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bukusan spirit alive?
As we all know, Bukusan is not just a celebration. It is a powerful symbol of our identity, a testament to our values and traditions. And if given the chance to win as your Binibining Dinagat Islands, I will use my voice to keep the Bukusan spirit alive by joining programs where I can use my voice to encourage and inspire my fellow youths, because I believe that the progress and the development of our island comes from educating and motivating children. That would be all. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much, Binibining, representing the municipality of Tumahon.
Wow. The municipality, the people from the municipality are very, very proud of that performance. Now, I cannot wait to hear the answer of our third finalist. I heard that they are in an isolated vehicle. I'm just wondering, ano ba yung music ang pinapakinggan nila?
But you know what? What I'm wondering right now, anong meron sa Tumahon? Ano meron sa Tumahon?
Tuba?
Tuba?
Wow. Uy, umiinom ka ba ng tuba?
Actually, I've never tried.
Ayan, perfect timing. Later po, hatiran niyo si Elton ng tuba.
I know, actually, I would bring it up to. Alam mo, nakikita mo yung mga booth na yan?
Yes.
They're from each municipality and they're impeccably made. So
One town,
congratulations to every municipality. Kudos po sa lahat ng mga designers at sa lahat ng mga nag-build ng mga booths ninyo. I love them.
One town, one product. So we have to check on the products that we have here in the province, and we have here one product of the province. A beautiful product. We have Binibining 5. Hello to you. Hello, Miss. Hello, good evening. What music were you guys listening inside the vehicle? Are you guys listening to any music?
Yes, we are listening.
What
I'm
music?
not familiar with the title.
Familiar with the title. But while you were listening to the music, were you able to hear us outside?
No, I wasn't able to grasp outside.
To hear
The music only.
on the music only. Are you nervous? Kinakabahan ka ba?
Kind of.
Kind of. Alright, breathe in and breathe out. Before anything else, ano munisipyo ka galing? And would you like to greet everybody from your municipality a great evening, and for supporting you this evening, would you like to give them a shout out?
Paalala lang ha, pwede mong kunin yung mic.
I'm from the municipality of Loreto. Shout out to all the Loretonos who came here, even though they are on the farthest place in Dinagat Islands.
Farthest place. Kanina may debate kami kung gaano kalayo dito ang Basibisa. Tama mo ba? Gaano naman kalayo ang lugar mo from here?
It's about 2 hours land travel.
Tama po ba ang sagot niya? Dahil dyan, ang score mo ay... Alright, 2 hours land travel. What time did you get here? Or your family got here?
I only have my mother here who's supporting me, and my other families is online because they were far away from here. They're on Cebu and Bukidnon.
Cebu and Bukidnon. Would you like to greet them before we ask you your final question?
Hi family, thank you for wishing me luck.
Alright, good luck to you. Now, the final question will be read by Elton. Will be read by me. And I'll be reading your final question twice. Are you ready? Alright. Binibining 5. If ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bukusan spirit alive? Again, if ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bukusan spirit alive?
If I win the Binibining Dinagat Islands, I will promote the Bukusan Festival in our province. Because from the word itself, Bukusan, it is a root word of Bukos, which means it is a call for connection to celebrate the diverse culture Dinagat Island has. A powerful testament that the Dinagatans' unity keep the province more empowered and progressive. Because no matter what our differences are, we are gathered to celebrate one purpose: to love, protect, and uplift this island. Because it is our purpose to thrive and make this island a beautiful place and a progressive one. Because I believe Dinagat Island is a land of culture, nature, and a heartbeat as one. Thank you.
Thank you very much for Binibining 5. That is a powerful ending. Very calm. I love the calmness of our Binibinis. Thank you very much. Do we now relax backstage? Talk to your co-Binibinis who were able to answer the final question. And you know what Elton was amazing in this competition is that they have different perspective when it comes to the final question. And that is what I cannot wait
walking towards us this evening, looking so passionate, looking so beautiful. And you know what, you're candidate number one. It's really hard to be the show starter of any competition, of any pageant, because being number one, you're setting the standard not just for yourself, but for the rest of the candidates.
And that's exactly why our first question for Binibining 1 is going to be, kamusta ang feeling na ikaw yung palaging nauuna sa listahan at sa paglabas on stage?
It's so new because it's my first time being number one.
It's your first, so it's not your first pageant.
Yeah.
So ilang beses ka nang nag-join ng pageant? One before this. Tama?
Yes.
Okay. Now, from that one pageant, ano yung pinagkaiba from that previous pageant sa ngayon? You think you are much stronger, much more dedicated?
Yeah, I think I built my confidence more. Especially this pageant helps us candidates to show the best of ourselves.
And to boost even more of your confidence, shout out tayo sa municipality niyo, which is?
Kagyano.
Kagyano. Am I saying that right? Kagyano?
Kagyano.
Kagyano. Asa yung mga taga-municipality of Kagyano? Kaway-kaway at sigaw-sigaw! Ayun. Shout out to all of you right there. You have a beautiful representative. Thank you so much. Now, ready ka na ba sa final question? Alright, so I'll be reading it twice. And here it goes. If ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bukusan spirit alive? Once more, if ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bukusan spirit alive?
As we all know, Bukusan Festival is a festival celebration of unity, peace, and acceptance towards one another. So, how will I use my voice? It is to celebrate the festival so that if I will use my voice to keep the Bukusan Festival, I will encourage more people to celebrate this festival every year so that we will be able to preserve that culture and heritage that we have through that festival. Because as we all know, it celebrates unity, peace, and oneness, celebrating each and one another. As a Dinagat one, thank you.
Thank you so much, Binibining 1, representing Kagyano. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is actually beautiful to see the whole community coming together, especially tonight. But not just tonight, alam mo, Joy, we actually got the time to go around some of the parts of... Yes, this is the whole purpose of it. We got the chance to go around the other islands, and we got the best festival because we got to go to Blue Lagoon, and we also got to visit Mars. So big shout out to everyone from Mars, and also there's a place called Miracle Cave. Yes, you get into a cave and may pool doon. So pwede kayong maligo, pwede mag-swimming yung sa
Hindi ako naiingit. Anong sabihin mo?
That really just shows how much Dinagat has to offer. And if I'm not mistaken, if you have... Ako ang magpa-final question for tonight.
We have Binibining 6, but then again, I am sharing with everybody here as well as to me because I'm new to Dinagat Islands. This is my first time being in your province and I'm just sad I wasn't able to really roam around and experience the beauty of your province. So hopefully I can come back here and experience Dinagat Islands as what you've been telling me. Beautiful.
Nagsabi na kami na, babalik daw tayo next year. Di ba, Go?
Anyways, we have here Binibining 6. Hello to you, Binibining. Now, from what we've noticed, you have gotten most of the corporate awards earlier, and you were also awarded as the best in play suit. Did you feel that those awards gave you an advantage, or did it give you more pressure?
For me, Mom, those awards not give me any pressure. It feels like it gives me a lot of confidence. It gives me a strength to keep on going.
To keep on going. I love that. Keep on going. Now, you were the last finalist to be called as part of the top 5. Kinabahan ka na ba nung 4 na yung natatawag at hindi ka ba namin tinatawag?
Honestly, Mom, I never feel any nervous because I believe that God is in with me.
Wow! Ooh, I love that. Because that's also my answer when I competed for Miss Philippines Earth. If you really know that you have given your best and you have left everything to God, you're not going to feel any nervousness. And may I just say, ang ganda niya, no? Kamukha niya si Pia Words ba? From the side view, ang ganda, kamukha niya si Pia. So, alam mo na ha, galingan mo. Alright, Binibining 6, do you have any message to everybody here tonight, especially some fans mo from over there? Would you like to give them a message?
As a first timer, thank you so much for giving me the strength to keep on going. I never expected that I would go this far, but of course, with the full support I received from my LGU, from the Lipuano, and from my friends, my families, my students, my classmates, my trainers, I remain standing here confidently with pride, and I hope that we can make it until the end because this fight is not only for me, it's all for the people in Dinagat Island.
Wow! Tapos na ang final Q&A. Thank you very much, Binibining 6. Now that you have shared your sentiments with everybody, do you feel that you're ready to answer the final question?
I have no choice, but I have to be ready.
Well, if you are now ready because you have to, I'll be reading your question twice. But just a request to everybody, kindly keep your voices down. If possible, please not make any unnecessary noise while Binibining 6 is answering. You ready?
Yes, Mommy.
Good luck. Binibining 6. If ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bukusan spirit alive? Again, if ever you will win as the Binibining Dinagat Islands, how will you use your voice to keep the Bukusan spirit alive?
We all know that the cultural heritage of Dinagat Island is unique. It is our identity, our sense of pride, and valuing it is very crucial in order for us to have a more progressive community. That is why every year we are celebrating the Bukusan sa Isla Festival, because this is our way of celebrating oneness. This is our way of celebrating the life of every hardworking, resilient, and strong Dinagat people. This is our culture that symbolizes unity and collaboration. That despite the hardships and the challenges that we face, we remain empowered and united. And as a Binibining 2025, I will use this platform to make the Bukusan Festival alive by supporting it, by encouraging the all Dinagat people to support and to collaborate in any activities that we will going to implement in our community. Mga katauhan sa isla, magbugkos kita, kay kita usa. Usa ang atong Pinoyanan, o usa ang atong kalambuan.
Thank
top 5 candidates have just faced the final hurdle that separates them from the crowd. But again, ladies and gentlemen, we only have one winner, one true winner for tonight. And there's only one question that remains. Sino ang magiging Binibining Dinagat Islands 2025?
Everybody's energy for tonight. But before anything else, of course, we have told everybody again and again that we have one elusive crown for the evening. The most common crown of the evening, and that is Binibining Dinagat Islands 2025. And for the women that we have with us here, for them to be able to experience that journey, a lot of women have come before them that paved the way for them to be empowered, for them to feel purposeful in the community, and for them to make a change in the society.
And they're lucky enough to be part of a community that celebrates everyone, celebrates every individual. Because ikaw, ako, kitang tanan, ready!
That is true. Now tonight, ladies and gentlemen, these ladies will make their final walk as Binibining Dinagat Islands Charity 2024, Binibining Dinagat Islands Turismo 2024, and Binibining Dinagat Islands 2024, leaving behind beautiful memories and a powerful legacy that will not just inspire the women of today, but also the women of the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the end of their race. It is the beginning of their story of beautiful memories. They will leave their charms on this very stage in their celebrated farewell walk.
So ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome on stage for their farewell walk, Binibining Dinagat Islands Charity 2024, Pamela Taipa.
Binibining Dinagat Islands Turismo 2024, Christy Lee Aniba.
And Binibining Dinagat Islands 2024, Maria Jovita Lazaro.
maayong gabi kaninyong tanan. To be honest, I don't really know where to start. But as the spotlight beams and the chapter closes, my reign as your Binibining Dinagat Islands 2024, a path I walked twice, culminates tonight. I have learned during my reign that dreams, though sometimes delayed, are never denied. And that it opened multiple doors of chances for those who refuse to surrender. This crown now will be passed on, represents and carries more than just a title. It embodies my resilience, my faith, and most importantly, the value of friendship. To Pam, Ling, Sai, and Charles, my anchors, you have taught me more than I should know. The value of loyalty, camaraderie, and most of all, forgiveness. To my love team last year, Ate Yu, and Ate Jane is here tonight. Dako kong pasalamat sa inyo o kabayo kamo dyan. Your magic wasn't in the makeup. It was in the confidence you have ignited within me. To my family, to Tita Rosel, your presence and wisdom has always been my rock. And of course, di na ako kalimutan, ang Kagjanaw, ang pinalangga kong lungsod. This victory is ours. From Mukyanan, Kagjanaw to Binibining, Dinagat Islands, your faith in me has always been one of my greatest honor. To our former Mayor, Honorable Mark Adelson D. Longos, and to our tourism head, Ma'am Glenda Leita Minel, your faith and belief in me ignited my dreams and my spirit. To every Kagjaonon, to our local government unit, salamat karadyaw sa tanan. Forever, I will carry Kagjanaw with immense pride. And of course, to the provincial government of the Dinagat Islands, headed by our Governor, Pinay, your support, even before my proclamation, has opened multiple doors of opportunities now I embrace. Salamat kaayo po. And above all, to God, who orchestrates every blessing, I dedicate my life, who I am, and who I will be. Finally, to the next queens who will follow. I hope that wherever you go, whoever you will meet, you will bring Dinagat Islands with so much pride. I hope that you embody the majesty, the power, and the spirit of the Dinagat woman. Pangandoy ka mo, ugayo ka mo kahalo. As I conclude my reign, I hope somehow I've made you all proud. And as I step forward, I hope to see